Can't believe this game. It's raining and it's awesome. Like, look at that. Cave over there. Up there is the trees. But yeah, so today let's talk about the things I love about Monsters and Memories, and today it's going to be about like actually preparing for the adventure. Like you've got to prep in this game. You can't just wander out, and it's good. It is like really good. Like your bag space is crucial. So like if you look at this now, I'm kind of full, so I'm gonna have to run back down. Or if you're a druid or shaman or something, I'm sure you can teleport yourself because there's no herbstones, kind of like WoW or anything like that. So yeah, got to go back and clear the bags. So there's a real preparedness to it. I'm on my ranger, so I've got to make sure I have enough arrows to be able to shoot. I've got to make sure that maybe I have sharpening stones for my weapon, enough water and rations, like food and water, and maybe wood for fires, but since it's raining you couldn't place a fire anyway. But pretty much you just got to be, it's great because you're going to be prepared for this. So if you're going out with a group of people, someone might bring the lumber for a fire because it gives you bonuses. If you have, I think it's a elementalist, I'm pretty sure they can conjure food, water and bandages. But if not, maybe you want to do that yourself. You have to take bandages from your skill over here, your survival skill. You can create bandages. So being prepared in this is quite important, especially if you're journeying heaps far away from the main city or anything. So it's always best to kind of clear your bags. It somewhat reminds me of Monster Hunter that I used to play Monster Hunter Tri back on the old Wii or DS. And that game was amazing because it made it more immersive. Like people complain and say, oh, it's just tedious, but it's the whole point of it is to make sure that you're taking the correct things with you, that you've probably, you've properly stocked up, you've sorted the things you need for that type of hunt. So this is the same type of thing, like this spell here, Burn and Embers, it says I need this item here, this Cinder, Beetle Eye. I can't cast that unless I have that eye. So like things like that, you just gotta be prepared. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the preparedness of this game. And it's good. Because it means things are meaningful. And that they have uses. A couple of trees here. So I'm just giving my ranger a play again while we talk. But yeah, going back to the conversation, being prepared is important. Like, you don't get anything done unless you're prepared. Because you could go out there, you don't have food or water, or you ain't recovering mana or health. You don't get your rested, I'm pretty sure it's rested EXP from the fires, I can't remember. And in your bags, like, for me, I need to make sure I have my lumber axe, my pickaxe, my seam ripper, which lets you break down cloth and leather. If you have the right bag for it, you need a leather working bag or a tailoring bag. But that's the cool thing about this, is the items you pick up you can use to craft certain things, do certain things, but they all feel necessary. They feel like you can have a better chance, a better run, if you were to be prepared. Take that with you. So So like before I go out again, I'm gonna make sure my bags are clear. I have enough food, water, arrows. I can start to get rid of anything I don't need. Where am I going here? No, can't be one. I was going to hand those things down in the base. You know, especially if you're farming something, you want to make sure you have room in your bags. You don't want to have to like realise, oh, I don't have room, and then you're kind of stuck. Especially if you go out pretty far and you go so far, you're like, I don't even have room to pick up any of this stuff. And like, getting money in this game is somewhat hard, so you gotta make sure you have the right stuff. Like, inventory space to bring back stuff. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep dropping things or deleting things. Like, having the space is just important. And that brings me on like your bags. So you have pouches that do the first 3 slots. They hold things that are light, and then you get your bag spaces, which hold, you know, medium, and then your big build pack, if you can get one, will hold, you know, heavier items. So that's important too. Not everything can hold the same item. And I suppose when I'm out, I kind of have a goal in mind. It's like, I want to collect leather so I can make better gear, or go mining for copper. I could do better armor pieces again, or even weapons. But these things just don't happen quickly, they take time. Where am I shooting to? I've got to go up. Like, I haven't really hit high level at all, or even progressed that far. But even just around here, this thing draw, I can't remember how to pronounce it now. This tree city here, like, you still got to go out, come back, fill your bags, rinse, repeat. It may seem tedious, but it's part of the experience. It's what makes this fun and good. Like, everything has a purpose. I find most modern games don't have that. And if they do, it's heavy microtransactions. You gotta pay for like extra bag spaces, all this other stuff. It's like, you just don't earn stuff in the game anymore. That's what I really like about Monster Hunter, like, things are earned. And that's what it should be. Like, why are you paying for convenience? It's so dumb. Especially an MMO, like, I played some vanilla WoW. Like, it was good, like, your gear, like, you saw someone pass, they look good, you know, they look cool. Like, how can I get the same type of gear? Like, and then you start questioning, like, what did you do to get this and that? But, you know, you relied on, like, this game, tailors or leatherworkers to make bags. Well, you could buy them, but they're probably going to be more expensive and not as big from the vendors. Like, everything is just good. Another cool thing is the money down here. It says I've got 1,000 so copper, but you convert it over to silver. So you actually have to go to the bank. Which is over here. banker, and then you can click on your currency, convert it to silver. You can store it in the bank if you want. So I've got to get rid of some of this stuff here. For now anyway. Yeah, look, there's games that have things that allow you to prepare for the adventure, the journey. It just makes it better. Makes it more immersive. What's another game I can think of? Like, Dragon's Dogma is a good one. Dragon's Dogma 2 is phenomenal. You should definitely play it. It just feels like you're in this massive Lord of the Rings journey. But like, you know, you can prepare your potions, etc, etc. And like if you have, see that happens here, if you have a bag, say it was this one, the ranger's bag, whatever that's supposed to be, but essentially you can craft stuff from your bag, so you don't have to turn up to town, but you've got to have the room. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to open this up and craft when there's stuff in it. So having your bag clear is important. You can drop things on the ground and then pick it back up. So for example, we'll drop this on the floor. You'll put a bag, pick it back up. What was it doing here? But yeah, as I said, like all this stuff is just important. To me, I feel like most games these days, most items are pointless. They're just clutter. They don't mean anything. But in this, it does. Because you need the copper, you need the money. Like all the professions and